By the end of this video, you will be able to identify what has been holding you back and what has been stopping you from living a life of joy, happiness, and success that you've always desired. But in order to get there, you have to understand there are certain barriers, there are certain blocks that are in the way of you living your dream life, your desired life. So let's address the subconscious blocks. Some people say that there are no blocks, and I really want to unravel that for you so you understand the truth, because what happens when we hear multiple advices, we get confused whether we have blocks, whether we have barriers, whether we are just creating it in our mind. The first thing we have to understand, the blocks exist in a way that is limiting us, that is stopping us from living our best life. When people say there are no barriers and there are no blocks, then why are you not able to live the life you desire? Why are you not able to do what you truly want? Because surely something has been stopping you. I meet a lot of people and I work with a lot of people who have been wanting to live their desired life for years. They've been trying, they've been doing the inner work, but nothing has been working. There's something within them subconsciously stopping us from moving forward, moving ahead. There is something, whether we call it blocks, whether we call it barriers, whether we call it limitations, but something within that is stopping them from moving forward where they want to be. So we cannot deny that something within us that stops us from moving forward. So the subconscious block is created when your body did not feel safe with something. And that happens when we go through a traumatic event or something that created some sort of trauma. And when I'm saying trauma, it doesn't have to be a big thing. It could be something very, very small. It could be someone judging you. It could be someone saying something mean to you. Creates a block within that this is not safe. This is not safe. This person is not safe. What they are saying isn't safe. It contracts and creates this trauma within to let you know that it is not safe. And that's where these blocks or these trauma, they get stored in our body to stop us from experiencing something that is unsafe. So that's the first thing. Any type of trauma creates that subconscious block or barrier or limitation within us, because body needs to feel safe. And anytime it doesn't feel safe, it creates that contraction within to stop us from feeling and experiencing and going to places and things that create that unsafety within ourselves. So we have to understand that all of these barriers and blocks are coming from very traumatic, deep traumatic place that our subconscious mind needed to hold in order to keep us safe, because our mind is designed to keep us safe. It is not designed to keep us happy. So we have to understand why we hold on to certain limitation, certain fear, certain blocks. So for example, when I was 14-year-old, I went to this beauty contest that I had to stand on stage and speak. And I was not ready for that experience as a 14-year-old. I was extremely shy. I was extremely introverted. So I did not feel standing in front of 1,000 people speaking. And I froze in that moment. I didn't know what to say. And then there were a few girls standing on the stage on the side as a moderator, and they started saying things to me in my ear for the question that the judge was asking. And there were 1,000 people that were watching me. And I was 14-year-old standing with the mic, these girls speaking in my ear that they're like, say this, say that, and say this. So I blurted blurt something out because I was so nervous. I didn't know what to say. I froze. So I just said whatever those girls were saying, and everyone laughed. And that was extremely traumatic event for my 14-year-old self. So I stored that within my body. My subconscious mind said it is not safe to stand on stage and speak in front of people because then they will laugh at you. They will think that you're silly, you're stupid, and you will be humiliated. Therefore, it is not safe for you to stand on stage and speak. So what that did is that created this low self-esteem within me. That shyness became even stronger. I stopped speaking even more. And when I grew up, when I started going to meetings, even standing in front of 4 or 5 people became that traumatic thing for me that I could not speak. So I struggled in my meetings at work when I used to work for corporate jobs. I struggled speaking up in front of 5-10 people because my body remembered that 14-year-old me experienced that humiliation in front of 1,000 people. Therefore, it is unsafe for me to stand up and speak. So I struggled all my life speaking up in front of people. That was my biggest fear. That was the biggest fear that I held in my body because it was not a safe thing to do for me. So for me to overcome that subconscious block of speaking on stage, I had to release that memory that my body was holding on to as a 14-year-old. I had to release completely, dissolve it completely to free myself from that fear. I needed to teach my body it is safe to speak. It is safe for me to stand up on stage and speak. It is safe for me to share my wisdom. It is safe for me to share my truth. It is safe for me to be seen by people. So all of those things I had to teach my body in order to create that safety, in order to reprogram my subconscious to learn it is safe to speak. Right? So that is the process I had to go through in order to speak, in order to come on the camera and speak, in order to stand on stage and speak. And now I do speak on stages. I do keynote speaking because I taught my body that it is safe. I'm sharing that with you so you understand the process, why sometimes we hold on to certain blocks of fear and that keeps us in that limitation within us because our body needs to learn how to feel safe. What you have to understand, you will subconsciously keep sabotaging yourself until your body is aware that it is a safe thing to do. So that is all happening subconsciously. You are not consciously sabotaging yourself. You are subconsciously sabotaging opportunities, income, impact, being able to do bigger things in your life because body does not feel safe. So now I'm going to elaborate the reason why body doesn't feel safe. There's multiple things that is happening within the body. It is first thing, it is the emotional safety. We have to emotionally feel safe within ourselves, and we have to create emotional capacity. When we go through trauma, like I talked about earlier, when we experience traumatic events and we suppress it, we do not express it, but we suppress it, and we feel that it's not safe for us to express it. We have to hold on to because we feel shame, because we feel guilt, because we feel anger. We are all suppressing that within ourselves, within our body. And when we are suppressing those emotions, we are not only suppressing emotions, we are also suppressing the energetic field because our body, Our being has energetic field, because ultimately we are energy, we are frequency, we are made of energy. So our energetic field also creates that suppression, those barriers and then those blocks. So we are not only blocked subconsciously, we are blocked energetically. We also have emotional suppression within our body. All those three things, they are working together. So it's subconscious, it's energetics, and it's emotions. All those three things needs to be resolved in order for us to find that inner freedom, to find that inner peace and inner safety, in order to own and embody our true self, our authentic self, so that we show up in the world without fear, without doubt, without self-sabotage. This is why it becomes so important to resolve the thing that has been holding us back. Because ultimately, if we've gone through traumatic events as children, if we experienced trauma when we were little, our body remembers that. And even doesn't matter how old we become, doesn't matter how old we are now, we are still carrying that trauma when we were little. So realize that doesn't matter how old we get. Some people say that, oh, I've resolved my pain. I don't even remember. I don't remember that I've gone through that. I don't really feel any feelings. I have no feelings around it. But actually, they never resolved it. They just suppressed it. This is why it is important. So just because you cannot feel what happened when you were little, that doesn't mean you resolved it. It just means that you suppress it emotionally, energetically, subconsciously. It is suppressed. And that shows up in your life through the experiences, through the people you meet, through the experiences you have, through the opportunities you attract. So if you are struggling through your income or through the relationships, that is not because what happened today. That is not because it's a reflection of your today. It is a reflection of what you've been holding on to for years. It is only reflecting back in your reality, in your life, because that's what you've been holding on to for years. And that becomes our reflection point. And this is why it becomes so beautiful and powerful when you resolve it, when you release it. It shifts your energy, shifts your frequency, it shifts your emotional capacity to attract the right thing, to attract love, to attract success, to attract abundance, to attract opportunities that you can't even imagine, because you are now operating in a higher place. You are operating and you're becoming a magnet to the desired thing. But we cannot become in alignment with our desired things if we are holding on to the things that have led us to this point. So if we are experiencing a lot of pain, a lot of suffering, a lot of challenges, that is coming from our past self, our past experiences, is coming from all those suppressed emotion, all those energetic barriers and blocks, all those subconscious blocks that have been created throughout our life. That's what attracts our present reality. Because if we keep repeating the pain over and over, and that's what happens, people keep repeating what happened in their past in their mind consistently, and that's how the subconscious get programmed, because it remembers all those painful memories, all those fears, all those challenges, and that's how the subconscious pattern gets programmed in our body. In order to reprogram our subconscious, we must understand, we bring awareness. This video that you are watching, we are bringing awareness. Now you are becoming aware of why things happened the way they happened. Now you are aware why you are attracting what you are attracting. Now you can move we are identifying all those pain points, now you can realize this is why everything that is happening for that reason. Now you are aware. The next thing I want you to be aware of is the nervous system, because when we are emotionally suppressed, energetically we are stagnant, and subconsciously we are blocked, our nervous system gets dysregulated. The dysregulation happen in the nervous system, so it will reject everything. Doesn't matter, even if the good things come to you, you will reject it because your nervous system cannot handle it. Our nervous system remains dysregulated if we do not feel safe in our body. Our nervous system gets regulated when we create safety in our body, when we are open to receive more love, more abundance, more ease. And we cannot be open to receive the success, the abundance, the love if we are holding on to pain, trauma, challenges, events that are happened in our life that cause us pain. When we are holding on to that deeply, our nervous system is dysregulated. It is not open. It's not regulated to receive. This is why it is important that we release the old. Because the old that you are holding on to, it is creating the life that you're experiencing. It's not a coincidence that the life we experience, because it is happening just because. It's not a coincidence. And that creates so much power within you, because you can change your life just by releasing these beliefs, these blocks, and these barriers. You can change your life, because everything that is happening, it is happening because of what we are holding on to. When we change what we are holding on to, when we release, when we make our subconscious realize what is possible, then you take your power back. And this has a great power in knowing that everything that is happening is effect of what has happened in our past. So with that knowing, that brings a lot of power in our hand, because you are the co-creator of your life. And the way we change it is by reprogramming the subconscious, by clearing those blocks, by regulating our nervous system, by increasing our emotional capacity, by opening ourselves, by reminding our body it is safe. It is safe for me to do the thing I want to do. And this is why just reading affirmation, just visualizing doesn't work, because if body remembers something in the deep rooted in your core, in your subconscious, it remembers certain memories that are traumatic, it will not shift it by just reading affirmation, just meditating, just visualizing. It shifts when you release it, when you do deep healing work to release the traumatic events that have caused you to feel, that create that space within you that made you feel unsafe. So we release and heal to remind the body it is safe to be loved. It is safe to receive abundance. It is safe to speak on stage. It is safe to write a book. It is safe to go for higher pay. It is safe. When the body knows it is safe, it creates space. And when it creates space, you are able to experience the things you desire. And when your body understands that it is safe to experience the bigger thing, then it goes for it easily and effortlessly. This is what effortlessness means. Effortlessness doesn't mean no effort. It just means it feels easy. There's no push. There's no hard work, because your body now knows it is safe to experience the things you desire, because your subconscious mind doesn't speak words. It understands safety. The more safer it feels, the more it allows you to experience. And most people cannot experience what they desire because their subconscious doesn't feel safe to experience it. This is why the safety is the biggest thing for us to experience what we desire. The more we feel safe, the more we expand for safety, more we are able to have. And this is why people who win lotteries, they lose all the money very, very quickly. They sabotage it because it is not safe for them to experience it. They don't feel safe having so much money because they feel having so much money is dangerous, not safe to have money. It's not safe to have millions of dollars. Therefore, they sabotage it. They lose it because they don't feel safe having it. Their body doesn't feel safe having so much money. And if your body knows that having money equal to danger, then it will sabotage it. It would not allow you to have a lot of money. It would not allow you to be successful because all these subconscious blocks that are within the body, within your subconscious mind, they are holding you back. They are holding you back from living the life you desire. And the way you change it by creating safety in your body through energetics, so through increasing emotional capacity, through regulating the nervous system. That's how you create the safety in the body. If that feels aligned with you, if you are ready for higher income and impact, then you can click the link below to apply for my mentoring. And that's where we do the deep embodiment work for you to shift and release these blocks and barriers and limitation, for you to move into the embodiment of higher you, the true you, the authentic you. And if you are ready for that, I invite you to click the link below to apply for my mentoring. Other than that, like this video if you like this video, and subscribe to my channel, and may the light in me reaches the light in you.